Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We are already day 3, last day, sadly, here in Orlando, Florida at Fire Rescue International. It has been such a great time, and Jarret and I have had the opportunity, such a pleasure, to have such great conversations with public safety departments, agencies all over the nation, emergency managers, asking some really great questions and asking how to innovate, what can they do, how to start a drone program and keep that program going. What does it look like for procurement and budget and COAs and waivers, all of the things that UVT does such a great job at really empowering and enabling agencies like yours with. And so we thank you so much for joining us in those conversations. And I just wanted to get Jarret's take here of the last 3 days. Jarret, what have been some highlights for you just in conversations that you have heard? What are you hearing from the community really as needs right now, 2025, for public safety?
Sure. Yeah, great question. I want to thank Fire Rescue International, the association here that puts this on. They did an excellent job. The Orange County Convention Center, incredible work, very smooth process. Beautiful space.
It is.
And I want to thank Orlando because the weather has been spectacular. I think, Adam, you absolutely hit the nail on the head there. We've had so many incredible conversations with our customer base here. A lot of Florida agencies and agencies that have traveled in. And I think our conversations primarily centered around the knowledge base of what questions we need to answer when starting a drone program, right?
Yep.
Again, we had so many questions about awesome hardware, new hardware, cutting edge pieces of equipment that check those boxes, that serve those needs for that agency. But we also had a lot of conversations about standard operating procedures, budgeting, how to procure the equipment, what happens with training, right? The additional accessories, how long do batteries last? When does this equipment need to be upgraded in the future? What does the timeline look like? How should I prepare for when that time comes? So really just a lot of granular pieces, but I think, a lot of conversations structured around long-term success of programs.
So good. Is there, where would you say, just as far as adoption, where is the public safety sector now? Drones have been available and out for some time now. And I think in some ways we still have some agencies that are kind of on the fence, right? We hear that all the time, not sure what to do, how to do it. So where, just in your mind, in overview, where are we with adoption in the public safety space, and how can we grow?
Yeah, so I don't know, I love analogies, right? So the way that I describe kind of the drone industry is kind of the same way that people looked at the computer in 1996, 1997. I'm dating myself maybe,
ago.
right? So, people thought, oh, computers are great. But it's so big, how's it going to fit on my desk, right? Where's my calendar going to go? And we couldn't at that time anticipate that we would all be walking around with supercomputers in our pocket, right? So I think the drone industry is in that journey right now. Yes, we understand the benefits of the drone system. It is a flying platform that we can adapt to so many different mission sets, right? Primarily, the use case is a camera, right? Whether that's optical imaging, thermal imaging, we're now moving more into like LiDAR sensors, optical gas imagers, and payload drop systems, right? So there's a huge number of things that we can now do, and then I think the future is just expansive, right? There's going to be so many new applications that, frankly, the industry hasn't helped our manufacturers figure out what to do yet. I think for public safety adoption, things are happening, both law enforcement and fire, things are happening more quickly now. The technology is growing. I think a limitation that we see is actually regulation. Regulation seems to be holding us back versus helping the industry progress and move forward and operate safely. Instead, I mean, differing opinions, of course, data security is paramount for our community representatives, our community agencies, our public safety agents who protect sensitive infrastructure. Right. Absolutely. There's no conversation there that needs to take place. That's super important. For our immediate first responders, for the people in our communities tasked with keeping other community members safe or responding to emergent events, I think a lot of the focus on that conversation should be how to provide those teams with the best tool for the best price that is going to be reliable and help keep them safe while they're doing their job. I don't like to talk about country of origin legislation when that's the case, right? Google Maps has so much that you can see in these rural areas where our people are getting hurt hiking, whatever. If you're a public safety agent, you know the locations that we're discussing. It's not national secrets, not sensitive areas. So I think that conversation needs to develop, and I urge you to make your voice heard, right? Talk to your community leaders, to your town councils, to your congressional representatives, right? Make your voices heard and let them know what you need. That's a super important piece to UVT and anyone in the drone industry being able to continue to offer you the products that you need. A lot of US manufacturers make an incredible product. There's no denying that. I am so thrilled to see development and progress happen. I drive a Ford truck. I'm one of the first people to tell you buy American, but I'm really excited to see the drone industry and the drone manufacturers come together and learn from each other how to build the best product to support our community members. That should be the end of that conversation.
That's so good. A competitive industry and a competitive space is a healthy space for sure. And I think some of that double standard, just as far as legislation is gone. We've even heard some of that being in Florida. There is some of those restrictions that many of them have. And we've heard a lot of that frustration from many saying, hey, we want competition in the marketplace too, but we also need tools for boots on the ground, and that's really what this is about.
Absolutely.
All that said, great answer. Thank you so much, Jarret. With that conversation and so many others that we've had this week, are there any use cases, anybody that kind of stands out in particular, any of those conversations that stand out, just as far as a growth edge for us, or something that maybe just piqued your interest?
So I don't want to come at that by saying we've heard it all, right? But just this morning, we had a brand new use case that I had not heard of yet. We've worked with water rescues, right? Payload drop systems on medium lift to heavy lift systems where they want to drop a life preserver, accessories, a first aid kit, possibly even a defibrillator. That's a bit heavy for our lift capabilities on medium lift currently anyway. But today we spoke to a gentleman who their main use case was EMS, and they had a lot of trauma response to car accidents, golf cart accidents. Wild. And Florida's a wild place. It's incredible down here. So a lot of golf cart accidents that they expressed, and a lot of their trauma victims would need blood. And so their use case was, hey, we need to carry this 4 to 6 pound cooler, temperature controlled cooler, to immediately provide pre-hospital blood to trauma victims. And that, to me, that was wild, right? So there's many options on the market for them, right? Being in Florida, we already talked about regulation being kind of a limiting factor to what they're capable of purchasing, how they can spend their money. But even still, there's so many different options that could work for them, right? Our team at UVT, one of the things that we do really well is help design those programs. What accessories do you need to attach this? What is your goal? How do you need to use it? How far away are your typical deployments? Let's figure all that out with you so that we can design that program to accurately suit that need. So that was actually, someone being hurt in a golf cart accident is never cool, but the fact that they're thinking about how they can support those situations within their community was incredible.
Unbelievable.
Super cool to see.
Unbelievable. It's so fun to just start to think through with departments and really problem solve with them on a case-by-case basis, right? And help really custom curate solutions for that customer and say, hey, we're not here to just sell a one-size-fits-all. Something you've said so many times, right? It's not just about this one-size-fits-all, but how can UVT come alongside your business and really partner with you to hear and listen first to your needs and what you're going through, to partner with you to kind of mesh a lot of those systems that we have together, right? Because we are absolutely agnostic, or as agnostic as we can when it comes to those solutions. So pairing those different solutions together to provide a solution that works for you and your team really is the heart of our team.
100%. I think it's few and far between that we will sell a setup that includes only one manufacturer's items. Right. I mean, whether it's accessories or cases or, I mean, SD cards, all kinds of different things that are sometimes overlooked on typical, like when I'm shopping online, I usually don't know what exactly I need, but
it's fun to look at it all.
Right? But I think it's really important to understand that you don't want to pigeonhole yourself, right? And you know, we talked about like the subscription model to a lot of services. Sometimes that's necessary, and maybe for your agency that's perfect. That's what you need. UVT, to help fill that gap, we do offer a leasing program. We're restructuring that program to make it more effective and more useful. But I think I like to urge a little bit of caution when it comes to strictly pushing the subscription model, right? We want the most cost-effective option to be also the best option here at UVT, right? So I think there's a lot of conversation that goes around that whole model.
It's so good. It's so good. We would love to start that conversation with you all. We really are looking forward to listening to your needs and where your agency is at. Maybe you're just on the front end and just kind of discovering drones. Maybe you've already entered that space and you're kind of wondering what are the next steps here, and talking about fleet management and all of that and the years ahead, how to build and sustain a successful program. UVT is always on, and we would absolutely love to have those conversations with you. Jarret, how can they get a hold of us? How can they learn more? We were just telling somebody that we do consultation for free, right? We're here for the lifetime of that partnership. So how do they get a hold of us?
Yeah, so the way that I like to say that is the information is always free.
That's right.
We are happy to support you. We want to be that resource for you. We want to partner with you for the long-term health and success and progress of your drone program. Best way to reach out to us. So we have this guy here at UVT. His name's Adam, who has done an incredible job with our website. So there is tons of resources available to you there. Kayan also is super responsible for our incredible website. Behind the camera, behind the scenes.
That's right.
UVT.us is our website. On our website, you can find contact information for all of our various teams. I help lead the public safety team. You can reach out to us at sales@uvt.us. And again, I guess shameless plug here, we are at a fire show, but we work with private customers as well.
That's right.
We have a whole team built out to work with our commercial sales, utilities, private enterprise construction, mapping, volumetrics, the list goes on. So we are thrilled to help in any capacity that we can. Sales@uvt.us, hello@uvt.us. Check out our website, and you can find us on all social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Check us out.
We're there. Jarret, thank you again. It has been such a pleasure, my friend.
Absolutely.
We've had so much fun, and just want to thank you for sharing your expertise. You don't like to say you're an expert in anything, but just your experience in the industry. Thank you so much for taking the time to just help explain all of that to our customers and for sharing this time. Everybody, it has been awesome. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Jarret. We will see you next time.
If you have plans to come to FRI 2026, we have some pretty cool plans for our booth. Just saying, come check us out.
Maybe.